Good evening to everyone again. Actually, the session was started, but it's taking a low accurate, I think, so that's why you didn't see. Now, can you please check again? I have restarted. Can you please check again? Can you recheck again? Yeah, okay, fine. I think it's disconnected. I have connected again. Sorry for the inconvenience. Then let us start the session. So, our session is about day 17 session, that will be about the natural language SQL query generator. Okay, so this is about the day 17 content, and in this particular area we have to discuss about the query generations and all and everything. But before that, you can see like we are just communicating with the day 17, and that will be in a week 3. So in a week 3 third day we are just completing, that will be a day 17 with natural language with the SQL generator purpose. So now we are starting with the our natural language based query generator, SQL based query generator. But before going to that particular information, I just want to tell about the natural language processing. So what will be the natural language processing means? So what is the meaning of the natural language processing? Wherever we can communicate with the system as like a human, human to human communication, how we are doing in the same manner with the system you have to do means, so you should use this particular natural language processing. So that purpose we have to follow this natural language processing. So in this particular area, how it's look like exactly means, so here you can see at starting time we discussed already about the natural language processing. So if you want to take any information, that may be video or audio or text information, definitely it can convert into the text, then it can work for us. That is only the natural language processing. So here we can do so many type of applications, entity recognition, wherever you having the text information, how you're doing means because of the background, definitely NLP, that's it. We can say that word is enough to work with any requirement by using of the NLP. That may be any type of requirement. Any type of requirement, definitely we have to use the natural language processing. So that is the main motto of this natural language processing. So in this natural language processing, I am telling to you a query generator with the SQL. What is the meaning of the SQL? Structured query language. In this particular structured query language, you are having so many type of SQL types. Okay, so that is about normally NoSQL process will be there and SQL process will be there. In a SQL you are having so many type of the options with the database DB based there, and PostgreSQL will be there. Okay, so like the type of so many types of SQLs will be there, right? So in a real languages, right? So that purpose we have to select which type of query you need, and based on that you have to select your particular type of the SQL formats. Okay, so like that you are having so many type of the options. So these SQL types you have to select for the particular requirement. So what is the main mode of the SQL means? So SQL is a structured query language. We can create our content information using a table format by using of integers, decimals and as well as the text. But here we are saying it as a query generator, means we have to generate the particular requirement which is in the manner of tabular era. That is we have to discuss here. So that is only we are taking here. But why we have given natural language means, in a background definitely to work with this particular information we have to use the natural language processing only. That purpose we have to work for you. So query generate is nothing but what? That is only answer and questions only. But we are having here SQL based query generator we have to use. So that is the main mode of this. So here, if you are taking this natural language processing along with the structured query language, what is the meaning of that means? We are just turning the plain text into a SQL using prompts. If you are using the SQL, then how it will work exactly? We are just taking on it. because you are having the SQL requirement. Okay, so but here in a prompts, how we are using this SQL means, so the text we are just converting into the SQL requirement based. That is only you are just going through it as a SQL query generator as per the definition. But why we have to take this one? What will be the problem statement? So non-technical users are getting struggles to write the SQL queries and creating needed for a system converts a natural language into accurate SQL prompts engineering. So that purpose we have to use this particular query generator of the SQL by using the prompt engineering. What is the meaning of that? So in a real world, so all people don't know about the SQL information, right? How to create and all. So if they are getting some particular problems like that, we have to create ourselves. That purpose you have to take this SQL query generator using the prompt engineering. That is only I will show you here for your purpose with some particular requirement. Okay, so here I am taking a GPT. So in August 7, introducing ChatGPT 5. I think hope you people are seen that. So they have given this particular ChatGPT with the ChatGPT now has our smartest, fastest and most useful mode. Is nothing but compare with the previous one. Now you will get the better accurate sentence formation by using of this. Introducing of the GPT 5 means they have upgraded with the fine tuning of the model. Anyone checked with this? Like we are telling, we are getting this ChatGPT will be introducing about the GPT 5 is nothing but what in a GPT 4 what you are having the information that may be giving the better answer, but it should be effective and it should be faster and you should give answer for every question what you are asking. Sometimes you won't get the answer, right? So simply with the previous data information they are adding some new data and they are retraining it without adding any new data. Your retraining is nothing but simply you are loading the model, but with your already pre-trained model you are trying to add some particular new data and now you are retraining this particular area, means that you can call it as a fine-tuning process. So they have fine-tuned with the old data, then they have done with the GPT-5. So now I am asking here some particular information. What is the SQL based query generator? Build a table. Example, I'm asking something. So based on our particular requirement, it should give. Okay, so you're asking to build the requirement, then you can go through ahead. So means just you have to give some particular areas. So I need details of name, age, or something. It's not about a normal query based, so like query based only we can call it as, and details of student. Okay, so I'm giving here randomly take details. So it's taking randomly, then it's trying to create the query generation. So that is the process of this particular era. First you have to create some particular database, then later in that particular area you have to details, you have to fill the age table like this. This is about the if you want I can make a query based generator that the create a table or autonomous automatically fill with the random student data, let you get query it. Means what it's asking, you need any query based requirements, then I can do yes. Okay, so it's trying to give the better type of the answers, then it can follow. So now it's giving perfect. Build the students of the table with the age, details, name, and insert the random details, and let's go with the query of the information. So this type of the format you have to follow. So this is about what? So it's trying to give the query generations whatever you need for the SQL also. Now we will discuss about the requirements of this query generator. So we have seen the problem statement, how we are rectifying, you have seen, right? So that is only, you can call it as a objective. What is our main mode of this particular requirement of the objective means? So here the main mode of the concept is to develop the AI based systems should be accurately, it should convert the natural language queries into the SQL statements using the prompt engineering techniques. Means what are you having the prompt engineering techniques along with the Gen AI models and as well as your type of the prompts, we have to convert the normal natural information into a SQL query based informations. So that is only the main objective of our requirement. So that is the main mode of our concept. So now you can see the system architecture, how it's going on. So the system architecture will be like, you have to give your user input, okay, then later it should go through the prompt and AI model, finally it should give the SQL query. What is the meaning of that? So here simply we have to follow some particular requirements. What is that particular requirements? The user input, what I'm trying to give some input in GPT model right now, I showed you. So like that you have to allocate some particular informations, then later you should go through with the prompt. Then after that what you want to do, so you have to follow with some particular requirements and you have to apply definitely some particular some particular requirements of the AI model, and finally you will get the output in the same manner. First you have to take your user of input, what are you trying to enter the text, then text will be converted in middle definitely with the natural language processing. Okay, so after completion of the natural language processing, it can check with the prompt, means you're assigning the prompt, right, for this purpose that you have to follow. Later in that particular thing you have to follow the AI model also. After completion, finally you will get the SQL query. This is the process as per the architecture format. Along with that, the regular coding part requirements what we need in a notepad we can discuss, and that requirements we have to follow. Coming to the next one, so conclusion and future scope. So what is the meaning of the conclusion and future scope? So whenever you're trying to conclude your information, what you're doing, that you have to say, and I just want to go through with the future scope, means what I can do in the future. So what is the main conclusion of this concept means, wherever you're having the natural content, means the text that should convert into the SQL query process, means I want to create the SQL statements what I need exactly, like that maybe creating of table for my requirements or any other type of the requirements I just want to do based on my queries. I have to do SQL generation part, that purpose I have to do, that purpose I'm taking a generative LLM models and as well as my requirement of the prompt type in a prompt engineering. But what is the meaning of the future scope? In a future scope, that maybe will come much more effectively with the big solving problems also, that you can say it as a future scope. Now we can enter into a particular task what we have to do, and that we are calling it as a application. Which type of application we are doing today means, so SQL query generation from the original content that we have to follow, means you are having some particular text information, natural language information, that you have to convert into the SQL based statements. That is only today we are discussing about it. So hope you understand this one, right? So now we can start with the requirements. Okay, anyone give me a meaning of GPT? Generative pre-trained transformer. Yeah, that's fine. So this will be done because of the transformer model. GPT came from the transformer model. You are having so many type of neural network models like a GAN model, deep learning models, transformers, variational autoencoders. So in that era, we are taking this GPT, T5 and BERT model from the transformers. So that's why you can see daily these GPT models and some particular extra models we are loading from the transformers only. Okay, so please go through ahead. Hope you can understand. Now we will start with the practical session. So now I'm just going through with the practical session what I need. Okay, so now I want to go through with my coding part. So what is my coding part setup? If I want to start my coding part setup, I just want to tell something in a notepad, right? So then only it's possible to load the requirement whatever we need. So that purpose, whatever we are discussing today, so natural language to SQL query generation process. Okay, this we have to do using a prompt engineering. Okay, so now if you want to do this particular area, then what you need for this particular use case, today our use case will be about it, what we have to convert like this. Then if you want to do like that, what you want to follow exactly. So that purpose, here I am giving the first statement will be, the first requirement will be, so install libraries. In the same manner we are following, right? So coming to the next step will be, you have to follow with the importing of libraries. Import libraries. So after importing of libraries, what you want to do? The same thing. After importing of the library, as per our coding architecture flowchart, load LLM and type of prompt using transformers or something, anything, okay, whatever you're taking that particular one, with a pipeline or without pipeline also, based on the requirement, right? That's why I'm giving like this. Then in a fourth step you have to do retrain. So I'm saying fine tuning is different and retraining of normal model will be different. Retraining is nothing but simply we are loading and we are recognizing all requirements what we are having in our model. But fine tuning is nothing but you are adding a new data to your old model, then it's coming with a big information. That is only the fine tuning. Retrain the model. Then in a fifth step, now you have to start. Enter input, means what are you taking, to NLP, natural language processing, to type of prompt, what you are selecting, type of prompt with LLM model to output results. So this will be the option what we are discussing today. So if you want to get this type of particular information, then we have to follow the coding part setup, right? So that purpose, here I am just following some particular requirements. What is that? The first one will be, I am taking here pip install q transformers and as well as the Gradio. Is nothing but I want to install some particular libraries. That is only I am just going through with the installation of my particular libraries, transformers and as well as the Gradio. So these both are very important if you want to work for the requirement. Now what I want to do, the installation will be completed, then we have to start with the importing of libraries. So that particular libraries of the importing libraries I am loading here. So what are the libraries? Import Gradio as a GR, and from the transformers import pipeline. So that from the transformers you are taking the pipeline keyword, because to combine the prompt type and as well as your LLM model, and Gradio we are using for the background purpose. So that will be our requirement, what we need exactly. Now what I want to do, I just want to load a valid text to the QL model, and from the Hugging Face you have to load. That purpose I am taking here, model is equal to, so I am taking here Alpacivit Flan T5 base text to SQL, means what? So you are having so many type of models in a Hugging Face. From the time taking this model, so whether the model will be available or not, we can check. Ma'am, you given why you are checking again, means we have to check whether the model will be correct or not. So I'm just going with the Hugging Face website, and if you want to make some changes also, you can make some changes, no problem. So here I'm typing this one. Okay, so if I'm typing this one, exactly came, and if I want to remove something, maybe some related versions will become. Okay, so to came previously this one we are using, and here you can see T5 based Clora fine tuning model will be there. If you want to remodify that also, you can remodify. When you are doing the process of execution after completion with this particular model, then we can try to make the changes of this also. Okay, so in the same Hugging Face, I am taking another one that is about text to text generation. So this will be no need, automatically it will come. Yeah, text to generation will be there. Okay, so we can take it. Mostly we'll check this particular model only what you're taking. So like that, the model name, the LLM model name what you're having, that model name from the Hugging Face website you're loading into the name. Why ma'am we are taking all models from the Hugging Face means that is only the big area to gather the all text based or image based or any type of model informations for the prompt engineering or for the Gen AI purpose. It will be most useful. That's purpose we are loading that particular models. So this model I have taken and just given into the model name variable. Now what I want to do, I just want to do the pipelining process. That pipelining process what I am doing here, generator is equal to pipeline, which you want to pipeline text to text generation prompt type, and as well as I want to take model is equal to model name. Means what I am doing here, so what I am having my LLM model along with the type of the prompt I am selecting, and I am doing the pipelining, means combining the entire process. I am just constructing the proper way. So after completion I am just doing function convert to the natural language to the SQL. So you have installed libraries, you imported, and you got your model also, but if you want to give that information to the query, then how you want to do that purpose we are just following. So here we are having two options. What is that? In defining function NL to SQL, means my defining function is NL to SQL. When it will work this defining function, so here you are just defining the function. When you are calling the function, then it will work. Okay, that purpose df of NL to SQL user query, means what you are trying to enter, that query you have to follow, and that you have to follow. That's it, and that is the main requirement of the process. So now you can see we are having the try and exception process. Okay, that purpose I have to follow. So that is my main mode of the requirement. So we have to follow this particular requirement. We have to follow this exact particular requirement. Okay, that is only I am just trying to follow here. Okay, so here you can say I am taking define NL to SQL process, and here I am giving the user query. Try exception what I am giving, prompt is equal to, means my input, convert the following natural language requesting of SQL query, that is natural language user query, means what I am entering, then it should convert. So like that I am just creating my prompt. So how it can give the generator is equal, generator means what exactly, here what you are having the pipelined version, that purpose. Okay, so one by one we can see that particular area. Fine, so we can check this session. Okay, so this generator what you are having the pipelining process, that you are loading to here, you can see. So output is equal to generator prompt max length of 256, cleanup tokenization spaces is equal to true, is nothing but what, so whatever you're trying to enter your input, not here, it's just like a prompt we have created. When you're entering your input because of the user interface, that it should come, and maximum length it can try to generate 256 words. Cleanup tokenization space is equal to true, is nothing but, so it will be a give cleanup tokenization part, and that you have to give to this particular output process. Then you should return, where it should return generator text, means it should display the information of the query generator for the SQL. Otherwise you are having the exception. What it can do, the exception error it can show. Okay, so that is the process of installing of your libraries, then importing of your libraries, loading your model and retrain the model, and take your input and input the natural language processing to type of the prompt along with the LLM model. Finally you can get the results. Okay, this is my coding part, that's okay, fine. But what is about the user interface? And daily we are discussing about the user interface. Here we are giving with a gr.blocks of theme is equal to gr.themes of as demo is nothing but we are giving a mention name, and here we are adding with the HTML based design part, and that text we are entering in some particular requirement. So that means what means this we are following. So the title will be natural language query generator, that will be the heading, and subheading we are giving some requirement, the type a plain English request to get a SQL query instantly, like that we are giving the text. And after that in row wise we are giving some particular requirement. What is that? By using of the radio in a column, I'm just giving to try to some giving some particular label name. What is that? Enter natural language query means you have to enter your natural language query, then later you have to go through with the placeholder means it will show some particular text upside. Okay, but wherever you want to enter some particular text, example purpose, it will show all employees who joined in a 2022 20, like that. Okay, so that is about the theme requirement. And submit the button and generate the query generation is nothing but what the button. So this is about what. So you are giving the heading, that is okay, fine. After getting the heading you are giving the subheading, and whatever you want to enter the text, that purpose upside you are giving some particular name as enter natural language query. Inside of that particular box wherever you want to type something, there you are giving example show all employees who joined after 2020, that is also okay, fine. But after entering some particular requirement you have to submit the button. Then for the button purpose, gr.button. Okay, text purpose you are taking gr.text box. Button purpose you are taking gr.button. Gr is nothing but what? Gradient purpose we are giving the shortcut name. So this is a submit button, this is a user input, what are you trying to do. So here the query button and variant primary we have given. Next one, gr.column I am taking also output SQL. So this is the input and you are having the button to submit and you want to display the output, right? That purpose I am having the output SQL QR code, qr.code means that maybe will generate into the coding part type, and a label will be generated SQL query, and language will be SQL, and interactive will be false. So like that you have to do. So if you are submitting that button, how you will get the output? NL to SQL, where you are having this defining function. Upside you are having defining function of NL to SQL query, that is only the main defining function that you are calling. And what you want to give the input, user input you have to give. Output where you want to display, in a output text you have to output SQL you have to display, like that you are taking all requirements. Then demo.launch is equal to share means that you have to follow. So this is the entire process. Again for understanding purpose I am saying, installing of libraries, importing of the libraries, then load your models, take your defining function to get the output as per our architecture. Then later you just take the background designing part of 3 buttons. 3 buttons, not 1 button, 1 input text purpose, 1 output text purpose, some boxes, and 1 single button. That is only. Now what I am doing, I am going to the runtime, and here I am just going to the manage sessions. But I am having already session, I am just removing the session. You can see 4.78 GB it's taking, means that model having that much of requirement, I think so. Now I am running the program. What it can do if you are running the program, first it will start the installation of the libraries. Okay, then later after completion of that, it can start with the importing of the libraries with the reloading of your models what you are having with the green color buttons. Then it will try to open your user interface. That much of importance will be there here, this particular requirement. Okay. So we can see with the buttons, and now the coding is running. One by one we can check. So wait for the results, then we can see the output results. Having any requirement, we can check here. Okay, so that is the main mode of our concept. Like that, we have to take our concept, we have to complete our concept. So you can see first it can try to do the installation of the library. So one by one it can try to do the installation. It's taking time to do the installation. And here you can see in the same code, I'm taking the same code, I'm just giving in a downside. Okay, so the installation is going on. Okay, so the installation will be completed. After installation is trying to load it. Okay, so in a first code we will see with this particular model. In second code we will see with the second model. This model we can use. Okay, okay, the first model is completed, we'll see the output result, but instead of that in between we can copy and paste that new model. So the first model will be different and second model of the LLM will be different. Okay, so here I'm just clicking on the live, then you can see it's opening the user interface. So here you can see enter your query, it's showing, and later you have to click on this particular button, then you can see the output here. So here I am entering show all employees who joined here. Okay, okay, example purpose we have entered some particular requirement, based on that it can show the results. Okay, so here you can see, so how it's showing. So then means whatever you're trying to enter here, so that is converting into the SQL based coding part setup. Okay, like that we can try to generate SQL query based any type of generations you can do. So I'm giving here in Pantech with 20 members with different age and different domains create. Okay, so based on your question it can try to give the answer. So that will be about the first one. Okay, so that is the what, which type of LLM model, this one LPC with FLAN T5 based text to SQL based. Now I am using another model in a second coding. Okay, so a Rohan Verma something is there. This model I am using. Okay, okay, it's trying to generate like this. You can see, it's trying to generate like this. Okay, so it's trying to generate like that type of the information. Now what I am doing means, you can see the output result for the generation of the queries, how it's generating here. Okay, so you can download it also, no problem. I'm just closing it, and this one also I'm just removing. And the second mode, it's taking 5 GB, maybe it have a more requirement, that's why for loading purpose also it's taking more, I think so. Okay, now I'm just executing the second coding part because I have changed my model. Then we can see the output results, how it's coming exactly. So this is the usage of how you can generate the SQL queries, SQL generation process by using of text to SQL based. That will be possible with the prompt engineering because of generative LLM models along with the type of the prompts. Definitely both we have to select. Sometimes directly we can use. If you are using in a pipelining process, definitely we have to load our model. Okay, that we have to follow. Okay, that is the main mode of this concept. You can see the output result, what we are having exactly, and everything will be very easy. So we have to follow based on our particular requirement. That's it. So for loading purpose, it's taking time. In between having any doubts, please try to keep a messages. It's loading. In between, this is our today entire session what we are having. Okay, so hope you understand the session. Having any doubts, please try to keep the message here. Okay, so today we have discussed about how to convert natural language to SQL query based generation by using of the prompt engineering. Hope you understand this one, the syntax. So that's why I'm saying definitely daily you can see the what you are having the videos. You just follow the videos one day by day and you'll get some particular requirement. Please follow the videos and please try to share the information to all people. Understood, ma'am Manjula. Very good, nice. Thank you. Bharatraj sir, thank you. Okay. Yeah, fine. Having any doubts, you can keep the message. In between, I will show you the output results for the next one. So it's trying to load. Just please be a patience. So please follow it and you'll get the output result for the next model. But sometimes the model will be applicable or not. We don't know exactly. We have to check it. Okay. So now you can see. Okay, now you can see. I'm asking here show data from Pantech 30 people taken class with the different domains. Okay, so like that I have taken. Now if you are clicking on the generate, then definitely we can proceed with the particular requirements. You can see. So ID or token were not okay. Maybe something will be different, that's why it's not taking. Okay, so based on the model it can try to generate. You can see here it's showing some particular problem about not valid, may be ignored. Okay, so in this particular error it's not taking. Okay, so like that we have to select the model, we have to follow it. So that's all for today. How can I push the collab link to in a GitHub? Okay, actually directly you can't take it. Okay, just download the file from the Google Colab and you can upload into the GitHub. Then there you can work it. Otherwise you have to keep your links there. They will give upload with some particular link, like that you can try to do. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching the session. Thanks to all people. Having any requirements, you can keep the message here. And tomorrow purpose, my question will be based on a particular requirement, we can follow it. Okay, so I will show you the question for tomorrow. So today we don't have the time because the live will be like at starting time miscommunicated, that's why. So tomorrow will be 18th Python code generation of the prompts. Okay. Okay, please try to gather the information about type of the deep learning models. So tomorrow question will be what are deep learning models for prompt engineering, not for all, for only prompt engineering. What you can try to give the answer. I can use GPT API key to do the same. Yes, we can use. That is only yeah, we are starting with the GPA API keys also. Okay, no need to go through with that. So in 1 or 2 days we will start with the API keys also. Both will be there. Okay. Okay, that's very good, nice. Yes, we have used only that one. Yeah, you can try to use any of other models, but that should be related to that. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.